Check out the Rugby Rant podcast show.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? At the Ross Paddy Irish Pub in Nashville. First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming. I know there's some football fans, soccer fans back there checking out a match, but there are a lot of rugby fans in the house. How many people are going to the Castle Clash tomorrow at this Park? Let's hear it from you. Awesome stuff. Well, first of all, let me introduce everybody up here on the stage. I'm Hammerschmidt, the Hammer from the Rugby Rant podcast show. And on my left and on my right, I got the two men from the Rugby 100 Club. On my left, Matt Cartwright. I say Costanza.
You said it right. Nice.
I know, I said Costanza. And then over on my right, Paul Burden.
What's up, everybody? How are you?
And we have a lot of great fans in the house, and a lot of rugby experts in the house, too. Some special people joined us from all corners of the United States here to just enjoy this game. But before we get started with the pod today, we want to throw a special shout out, and we need your help. Okay? So Paul is going to do the honors, but just so everybody knows, there's a special person that has a place in my heart, my wife's heart, Chicago Rugby's heart, the Chicago Blazers' heart. He's a guy that's been a pillar of the Chicago rugby community. And tomorrow is his 100th cap. So, Paul, do the honors. We need everybody's help. Be loud and proud. Help us out here, folks.
All right, everybody, just quick rundown. We're going to say, woo! All right. I'm going to rotate the camera so everybody can be seen in it. And let's get started.
Whitey! I heard some bark out there. I love it. That's right. I hear you. I think I know which way this crowd swings.
I've never done this before. Just fucking shit.
There we go.
Yeah. We didn't say it. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, so for the pod today, we're going to kind of break it up. And I'll give you a rundown. We want to do a bit of a Rugby 101. Rugby's that niche sport in America, and we want to see it grow. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, for the Rugby Rant, I speak for my podcast partner, Scott, the big guy, Ferrara. We're growing rugby one fan at a time, so it's important for us to make new fans feel welcome, and I know it's something that the Kennel Club in Chicago always seek to do. Debbie's certainly not new to rugby, but Debbie is one of those.
The cool thing is I can hear him over the online.
Here to be ambassador too. So I think the big thing is we want to bring everybody into the fold and see what your experience and your engagement with rugby is
like
at whatever level. We're going to get into a little bit more about the state of the league and talk about where things are week 4 in 2026. I believe it's the 8th season. It depends how you count 2020 in that COVID year, right? But in that 8th season, where you guys think the league is at. And again, it's all about fan engagement, fan interaction. We want to know what you guys think. We want to know about your perceptions and, how the play has been. And then we're going to break down the game tomorrow, kind of where things are at. And we're going to use Matt to go out and talk to you guys in the crowd and get your feedback, get your experiences. So he's going to be engaging you out there, and we'll have to draw him in. So I'm going to point to Paul now as we talk about this. Paul, I need your help. I need you to count everybody first.
Nope.
I don't know if I know how to count, but I'm going to try my best.
Yeah, well, I mean, Burdick's pretty close to Big Bird. Wait, there's your new nickname. Big Bird. All right. See, that's what I do. So anyway, yeah, Big Bird is pretty big on counting. I think you can handle it. So I need your guys' help. First of all, by show of hands, how many people out there have played or gone to a rugby game before? Let's hear it. All right, Matt,
Keep those hands up
keep
so I
up,
can
keep
count.
up, keep them up, keep them up.
One
All right, keep them up.
plus
We want
two
to know.
plus
Matt, we gotta
three.
take a look around. What are we
Oh,
looking
shit.
like?
I got flip
I
flops
gotta
on.
get 19 or so,
Yeah.
excluding us. So I say 22, including us.
All right, so we got a good number of people have been to games that play rugby and have some kind of engagement with rugby prior. I want to know, though, more importantly, who are the new rugby fans in the house?
Yep. And right here.
We got a couple.
Got a couple.
All right, we got a couple. That's good. And I would assume, are those new rugby fans? Are you guys going to the game tomorrow? You guys saw the game? Okay. All right. Rose game. That's right. I love it. All right. So I think one of the big questions is, for me, that I want to know is your experience. How did you, for those of you who've been around the game, how did you first engage with the game? What was your first experience? So I'm going to start off with an example. I'm going to ask Paul to help me a little bit as well. Paul, what was your first experience with rugby? How did you get into it?
So about 15 years ago, I met my brother's wife, now wife. And when we first met, I was about 12 years old, and we started tackling each other in grass.
Now wife. She might have been a prostitute. We don't know.
But then she shortly turned it into a rugby conversation, and I shortly learned about rugby. And the Sydney Roosters, who play in Australia. Shortly learned about the Sydney Roosters, and I started watching Olympic rugby. About 15 years later, my buddy showed me a picture of him at a Chicago Hounds season ticket holder party.
This place would have been
And that's how I found out the Chicago, or even the MLR existed. The Chicago Hounds existed, the MLR existed. Rugby wasn't an obsolete sport. And bought season tickets the day after, and I'm now a season ticket holder. So
Here we go.
that's how I discovered it.
Yeah, love it. Good shout out. That's the important thing, that we convert new fans or fans of rugby into season ticket holders at all 6 of the MLR teams, so that we have people engaging all around the United States. I myself, just a quick story. For me, I didn't start engaging with the game until I was 24. I'll try to avoid the obscenities. But I engaged in the game at 24 years old. I was playing flag football in Chicago and just kind of getting cemented in the community. And one of my teacher and one of my parents had asked me at parent-teacher conference. She said, Rowan, shout out to Rowan Reben, said she
way too quiet. I want to turn it up.
Probably hang out at a wharf and hold her own. Rowan said to me, she goes, you look pretty athletic. What do you do? Do you any sports? I said, yeah, I play flag football. And she said, that's for, and you finished the statement. And she said, come play a real sport. So she invited me out to the Chicago Blaze Rugby Club, and I've been engaged with the game for 30 years. So now I want to go out to the crowd. Let's keep it short. But I want to know, for you guys that are not going to the game, that are going to your second, third, fourth, fifth match here tomorrow in this, what is your first engagement with a game? So I'm going to ask Matt to go out to the crowd.
Motherfucker me.
Yeah, he just dropped something. I don't know what he dropped.
My purse.
His purse. You can go up to the crowd. We got some old timers over here. No offense.
They look old as fuck.
Hit one of those guys up, and yeah, we're gonna get you up there.
Oh yeah, we're starting with you too. Oh yeah, already. Can you hear him?
Yeah, I can hear him. You got to put it right up to your mouth there. Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Yeah, so I was watching my dad was on a military. My brother was a football player in Oklahoma. Play a lot. So I destroyed a bunch of military officers. And I started watching rugby, and I picked up the game University of Kansas, and that 4 years later.
You heard all that? Technology difficulties.
Technology. I think so. Yeah, we got all that. All right, who we got next there, Matt?
Introduce yourself, sir.
Ian Dawkins, the old rugby team. I got started rugby in 1992.
introduced to rugby with brother Tim Falcon, who played for the LSU Tigers back in 1978. 9-year-old, I watched all those boys play rugby time. Even though we didn't have any rugby at the time, he got me engaged in sports. So I got into football. 1992, I got introduced to rugby. Funny story, my first match I actually get to Dallas Red. As I'm playing in the game for my first time, what's the 6'7" rock, run out of the ball, out of the body, trying to line up this guy, tackle, looking at the sky, seeing the stars, flying around. So I was thinking, okay, this is my experience. Start walking the sidelines, hear my brother saying, "You should have back on the field. You should have back on the field." So I finally gave my attention, and I made a point to make sure that I got the ball. And that's my story for rugby, and here we are now.
That's awesome.
There you go. So, Sheila, he made his rugby living on his back. That's all I got from him.
Yeah, pretty much. It's so funny. That's exactly what I got.
Yeah, that's right. Well, apropos, he is a hooker, so makes sense. Who we got here?
Oh, we got Ashley Artsma, the one and only.
Ashley Artsma is one of the MLR ambassador group. It's kind of like this group of people who essentially are rugby elitists.
Oh, did you really go there, bro?
Yeah,
you really went there?
Yeah, I went there. Yeah, we're rugby elitists. We think we're kind of cool and special.
We are.
Some of us know we're cool.
But only in our own minds.
So, chill, Haber. It's good. No, I actually, so I was a multi-sport athlete my whole life. Bowling, swimming, softball, ballet, gymnastics. And I was looking at collegiate sports to play, and my dad found rugby at Eastern Illinois. And he goes, Ash, check this out. Like, I played football with all the guys on Sundays after church, and I was like, those girls are big. Like, I wasn't particularly small, but, I don't know if I could do that. And he emailed the coach, Frank Graziano, and called us at the house and was like, hey, if somebody answers, like, somebody calls, you have to answer the phone today. We were like, why? He's like, this Frank Graziano's calling. And I was like, why? Who is this person? He's like, he's the head women's coach at Eastern Illinois for rugby, and like, you have to pick up the phone. Well, he's calling. He's like, I emailed him and told him that you wanted to play. I was like, oh, cool. So I emailed Coach a few times back and forth, and he was like, I have the scholarship money, but he wants to come to camp and try to walk on. Sounds great. And I started my first team. So that was my intro to rugby back in 2008. And I played for 5 years, redshirted, surgeries, went to school, and then started supporting the Utah Warriors, who sadly are not around for now. We will make a Phoenix rise out of the ashes, if you will, but getting connected into being some team pro out there, getting connected with the ambassadors, and we're just doing that.
There we go.
Love it.
Yeah, great.
Thank you,
great
buddy.
story from Chicago originally and made our way to Utah. I've been a Utah fan. Hopefully the Utah team comes back in some way.
We're going to go to some local boys here from Nashville.
Sounds good.
Oh, you're fucking mine.
Hey, Matt.
Nice.
Hand them your mic.
Pardon?
Hand them your mic. Your
That is
lapel.
my mic.
Oh, it is? Okay.
No, nobody's feeding back. Yes, sir. Go for it. 2,000.
After training, we brought a rugby ball, and we started talking, and all of a sudden girls were like, ooh, wow, that's nice. Got back home, found the club. It's history. That's baseball. Professional baseball. Went to play for the Army.
We're so doing the podcast. Did you get that, bro? Did you get that?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. I want you to give me your story, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Matt. Matt, we're not getting any sound out there.
I don't know why.
Why don't we have,
What's not going to go right?
hey, Matt, why don't we just send folks up so people in the house can hear, because they can't hear what's going on.
That's rough.
Bring them on up. We'll get his story. Bring them on up.
Come up here, Jason. Please. What is this, an obstacle course?
Here, I'll slide over.
You know, it won't go wrong. It won't go right.
All right. Who we got here in the house?
Jason Ware.
Jason Ware. Sit tight. Sit close so people at home can see you, Jason.
What's going on? How we
There
doing?
you go. Use this mic. You got to talk close. What's your first experience with rugby?
First experience with rugby. I played professional baseball in the Mets organization.
This way.
So I'm from Florida. Spring training in Florida. Brought surfboards down, and my catcher was from Australia. So we would go surf, and he ended up getting a package from overseas on the rugby ball. We go to the beach, surf, come back, start tossing the ball around. All of a sudden, girls started coming up. I realized they didn't care about the surfboards. They were wondering what the hell that ball we were throwing around with. So, back with ball, get back home to Orlando, and I looked up. Right the internet came out. So it took 32 minutes for one page to pop up. Found a local club, luckily. Started playing. I'm still playing currently.
Nice. All right, that's a great story, man. That's a great story. Thanks. All right, cool, man. Thank you. Well, thank you for coming out. I picked up two things from that. First of all, the girls didn't come up because of the rugby ball. They came up because your buddy had an Australian accent. But on the good side of things, you guys were the originators of beach rugby. So you got that going for you. But no, that's an awesome story. I love it. It's that connection to people, from other parts of the globe that come in and you pick up the game because you meet somebody and they become a friend for life. You could probably go to that person's house in Australia and they're going to put you up for a week or a month. Doesn't matter. Because you have a connection to rugby.
Yeah.
So that's awesome stuff. Love to see it.
You ready for another one?
Yeah, let's send up one more.
You, buddy.
Who we got, Matt? Matt, who we got?
She's going to introduce herself. 2 seconds. Because she's got a great story, so you need to hear
All
it.
right, we got a great story.
So my name is
Sorry, there you go. Start with your name.
Jeanette, and basically I used to travel a lot for work, and we would travel to England, I would travel to Australia. Best way to stay awake when you get there, because you're jet lagged, you're tired, you got the rest of the day to do nothing, and I would turn on the TV and I'd watch rugby or cricket, mostly rugby, really good. And then I didn't even realize MLR existed, so we happened to be sitting in a restaurant, eating, and over my head on the TV at the bar was the first champion. And it was awesome. I'm so excited to have a league here in the U.S.
Nice.
So love it.
That is a great story. And you probably watched cricket so you could fall asleep and catch up from so yeah, that's a great story. I love that. Again, the connection with people around the world. It's a small world, and it's always great to meet people in the rugby spheres. So for people, Matt, I'm looking for somebody new. Right? Somebody that's going to the game for the first time.
Right behind you. Right behind you.
Oh, this guy right here, huh? Yeah! Right here. You're up. Perfect. Calling you out. You're
No, it sounds like you know.
Maybe just a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who we got?
I'd like you to introduce yourself.
Okay.
Somebody's going to lose.
I don't know how to do
What's the question? So the question is, how did you become aware of rugby? This is your first game. What prompted you to decide to come down to Nashville? Talk real close.
Yelling in the mic.
So my brother played in college at Illinois State University. So that was my first introduction to rugby. Played in the backyard, messed up a few times, and got invited down, and here we are now today.
All right, cool, man. So what are you looking forward to tomorrow? What's going to bring you back to the game? That's my question. What do you want out of a sporting event?
Just good quality play. A few people getting
My
messed
wife
up.
just sold you out, bro.
He wants to see some good news. That's what he wants.
The fans.
A little bit of both. Just some good quality hits. That's what I'm looking forward to.
All right. Well, welcome. Yeah, the Hounds win.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you very much. Enjoy the game tomorrow.
Thank you, guys.
All right. I'm going to call up one more.
We have one right here.
My friend Zubin
Oh,
Shroff.
fucking funny.
Zubin, come on up. Now you're stuck. You have to come up. Give Zubin the band. Yeah, you got to come surround. All right.
Rob,
so
we have
same
one more
question,
back here.
Zubin. You're coming down, traveling with us down to the game. What got you out? Why'd you come to Nashville?
You know, this is a very self-gratuitous prompt by Rob, because Rob knows that he was the one that's gotten me into rugby. Knowing Rob for 20 years, I kept hearing about rugby. He's like, hey, you want to be a minority? He's like, do you want to be a minority investor in rugby? I'm like, sure, I'll be a minority investor in rugby. And then I went to my first Hounds game with them when they first came out, I think, 3-4 years ago. And it's been fun. The physicality. I love sports. I love competition. It's fast-paced, a lot of hitting. It's a lot like football, which I love. So it's been a great experience getting to go to Hounds games.
All right.
Thanks, man.
Thank you. Keep up this lovely work. Courtney with him. Jordan Hurley, I think she's here for the party. So we got to make sure
We have one
take
more
it up
if you
a
want.
notch. And just so everybody knows, I made Zubin feel real uncomfortable in a lot of ways there. First of all, I called him up on camera. Secondly, he's not used to the hug. So that was new for him. And then we got one more. All right.
Yeah!
So again, what's bringing you out tomorrow? Come on and sit down. I don't fight except for on Friday nights.
My first MLR game I've been going to. I've been playing for 22 years.
Okay.
I'm from Nashville, been here my whole life. I've lived in Nashville my whole life. There's not really any local MLR teams here. So now we actually have traveling teams playing here. After 22 years, I can finally see a game live and without having to pay hundreds of dollars to travel anywhere else in the country to see it. So it's that's right.
Well, good.
All those broken bones paid off.
There you go. Well, I enjoy the game.
Thank you.
I tell you what, Nashville, I'm kind of hoping that the game is here because they want to see the MLR come to Nashville. So if you've got a friend that's kind of chilling, looking for something to do tomorrow at 3 o'clock, there's a rugby game going on. It'll be, I promise you, they will enjoy the game. You will enjoy the game. It's a lot of fun, and I tell you, the fans are some of the best, if not the best, in the United States. So welcoming and always looking to bring every person involved and the rugby made. No doubt about it.
We also have 25% off discounts with an ID ticket.
There you go, 25% off discount.
And we have a family with 3 extra tickets. I think I have 1 extra ticket. Maybe I've got 1 ticket if nobody wants to go. Let us know. We'll make it happen.
Yep. So come out. There's no shortage of tickets. No shortage of somebody in the game. You know, that's what Rugby 101's all about. So what I want to do now, Paul, is take an opportunity to talk a little bit about the state of the game. And what I mean by that, and I'm going to lean on my friends around here who are familiar with the game, maybe some people who haven't got a chance to tell their story, but know a little bit about the league, about the state of the game. So for those new rugby fans, the league at one time started with in 2018 with 8 teams, right? And 7 teams. And it grew rather quickly. Right after that, with a number of teams coming out in 2019 and 2020. It didn't really well. If teams come and go. This offseason, we lost 5 teams, 1, 2, or 2 teams combined, and then we lost 4 others. And it took a pretty big hit, but the league has hit a reset with 6 teams, really solid, all looking to advance American rugby and American rugby players. And so, right now, I think the big question is, what are we seeing out of the first 4 weeks for those fans who have been engaged with the MLR and we've seen some games perhaps out there? You know, what are we seeing from the league? So, first of all, give me one thing that you expected. So, Matt, if you could find somebody to come up, one thing that they expected that's kind of come true in the first 4 weeks. Like maybe, what's that team that you expected to rise to the top? Yeah.
Come on.
A good host knows his audience, Matt. A good host knows his audience. Yeah.
I'll watch yourself.
So come on up. You have to sit tight for the folks at home. Speaking of, right there.
Yeah. Are we sure that's obvious?
Oh, come on!
Traitor! So good. Free jet start. Traitor!
So what did you expect? I mean, what is, you know, is there a team that sticks out as a team that's really, you know, done performed as expected?
Well, I'm thrilled that the Hounds are top of the table right now. It was the best opening game, home opener we've ever had, even if it was raining sideways. That was a thrill. I'm glad that the Anthem have some wins, if I'm not mistaken. And but so all the contingent.
I know. All right, so those that don't know, the Anthem are in their 3rd season, and they were 16-0 last 2 seasons, so 32-0. They finally got
32, not 16.
Sorry, my bad. 32. Sorry. And they finally got their first 2 wins this season, so that's a good thing. And then unexpected, like anything that materialized so far in week 4, you didn't expect.
I was expecting to be called up by the national team, but it just didn't happen yet. Other than that, unexpected. The contraction to 6 teams, unfortunately, was unexpected, but let's start right here and rebuild. It's always surprising that there are so many rugby fans. So that's a very pleasant surprise.
Thank you very much. Enjoy the game tomorrow.
I'll have 3 stars.
This is not helping.
I'm on your podcast.
All right. Okay. So, thank you, Ben. So I got to ask you, Paul. What's one thing that's materialized out of the season that was unexpected? What's one thing that you expected just in terms of on the grass performance?
The Free Jets. They're 0-2, if I'm not mistaken. It's very shocking. I did not expect them to come out swinging like that.
For people that don't know, why is it shocking? Again, for fans out there that aren't familiar with rugby.
They've only won the past 3 championships. They've kind of owned on players. And honestly, they've been offense. It's been great seeing them struggle. I think nobody except Free Jacks can say that because you don't want to see the same team winning every year. So it's nice seeing Free Jacks struggle. Also, they have been doing as well as they have. They have 2 wins. I expected them to get there first. I didn't expect them to get there first this early. Now they have 2, not just 1, and they look really, really good. So, Free Jacks and Anthem being the way they are has been shocking this season.
They struggled a bit today against Old Glory DC. I think the final score was 31-14. And they were at home. And I think for me, the thing that not shocked me about the season, but it was certainly unexpected thus far. And Duma, don't knock yourself on the forehead with the wood. But it's a performance over DC thus far. I think their defense is phenomenal. They played really well the last 2 games. They've really shut teams down, made it very difficult for teams to score. And the thing is, I shouldn't be surprised or shocked by that. I know some of my conversations I had inside of Cross Red Coach with some of their players, Harvey Wheeler to be specific, one of their defensive studs, a national team player, who was a former big-time national qualifier in NCAA wrestling and a podium 3 times, so he's an All-American 3 years in a row. They put an emphasis on defense this year in the offseason. Harlan told me in every practice they're doing tackling drills, simple tackling drills, just simply back down that part of their performance. So I think for me, it shouldn't be surprising, but I'm glad to see it because they're really performing well. I think the thing that is not surprising is the Hounds. I think they had a really good offseason, bringing in talent. They turned over about 40% of the roster. Those who don't know, Peter Ryan has several players. I think what makes them dangerous is the core. Some of the guys that have come back for now the 3rd season, and probably the 3 biggest names that come to mind are the back row players, and that is Mason Flesh, Lucas Rumball, and Maka Jones. Playing the lights out.
Disagree. You're spot on right there.
Yeah, and what have you seen out of that trio, Paul, in the last 2 weeks that's really encapsulated what they mean to the team?
Those 3 players, they don't miss tackles. They come hustles. They play hard for all 80 minutes. I don't think they've missed a minute yet. I think you can. It's like the last 10, 15 minutes where the Hounds have been dominating the season. And when they come off pitch, it's because they're up by so many points. And it's just getting time for all the players. That trio, Maka Jones, Mason Flash, and Lucas Rumble, if they can stay as fantastic as they have, the Hounds can definitely go far this season. They can definitely win a Shield. That team, that trio, you really need just about any team.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're new to the game, you haven't seen the game yet, watch number 7. That's Maka Jones. He's a tackling machine. He just had his 50th cap with the Hounds 2 weeks ago, Jen? Yes. 2 weeks ago. And he's the first Chicago player to reach that number. Then to put it in perspective, they, I think, have played in totality in 4 seasons. They played 52 games. So to give you an idea, he's only missed 2. And that sets some ability. Lucas Rumball, the captain, and Mason Flesh, both Canadian national team players, each have scored a brace of tries in the last 2 weeks. And again, that gives you an idea of the quality of and what they mean. 6 forward tries from the team last weekend. Out of the 8 tries they scored have come from that forward pack. And again, I think 2 of them came from the back row. So, Paul, let's we're getting down to the last probably 20 minutes of the pod here, and we want to talk a little bit about more specifically the game and the matchup. So I want to ask you. We've been talking about some key players from the Hounds. What about from the Free Jacks? Who are some players on that side that are really playing well?
A couple of guys that I've seen play well for Free Jacks. Wayne Vanderbeek, he's been fantastic, one of the best back row, or not back row players, but one of the best backs in the league. He hasn't had a whole lot of time on the pitch, but he's been trying to get acclimated to the minutes and everything, trying to get his stamina up. He's fantastic. And then,
outside center. He'll play 13 tomorrow. And he was, if I'm not mistaken, last season.
Thanks for coming through, bro.
Player of the year.
Thank you.
Either last season or the season before. So
yes,
he's a very, very good player. Who else you got?
Hodgson, the dude, fantastic center. He doesn't miss. He's fantastic leader on the pitch. He doesn't miss anything. He's a very hard worker on the pitch. Doesn't run out of energy. It seems like he doesn't run out of energy. All the rugby players run out of energy. They just don't let it show. But yeah, Hodgson's another one who's going to be a standout player tomorrow, most likely.
Now, I think that's why Ashley is coming to Nashville, solely to come see Joe Hodgson play 10, right? Yeah. Yeah, so he played in Utah last year. Guys liked out, as Paul said, on the tee. I mean, he can strike those screens from anywhere on the pitch.
Sorry, bro.
So he's always dangerous. And I'll get to that when I talk about what I think are some of the keys to the game for both teams. So he's a player. For me, another player I think is important on their side. He plays wing. Mitch is a national player. He plays both fullback and wing. An electric player with space, but he hasn't had a lot of space to work with, especially last weekend against Old Glory. They really worked on shutting him down, and that's where Old Glory's defense comes in. So with some time and space, I think Mitch is a hell of a player. I like the better wing, which is where he's playing tomorrow, so it'll be good to see him. So I think those are a couple players from the Free Jacks, and don't count out Joe Johnson, the mechanic. He's a tough one, leads that pack row around. So, if you want to watch the full crowd, watch the battle between Lucas Rumball and Joe Johnson, the mechanic, the Canadian, the Canuck, and the mechanic. So those are two critical battles there. Moving forward, I want to talk about the keys of the game as we begin to draw this to a conclusion. And I'm going to bring Matt up because our remote mic is not able to go to the house mic live. So I'm going to ask Matt to come up. So my question for Matt, as I talk about this, is what are the keys to the game? Like, dare I say, what do the Free Jacks have to do to win? And what do the Hounds have to do to win? So I'm going to let Matt step up here.
Ooh.
You want to be on camera there, Doc?
Do I? I don't know that I want to be on camera. No, I got a podcast. Y'all see my face too much. All right. I got to eat the mic. All right, here we go. So y'all see my face enough, so I really don't feel like I need to be on the camera. But Free Jacks have to, let's see, get a whole new squad in my mind. And I'm a hater, real talk. Because I'm a Seattle fan first, I'm a Hounds fan second. Hounds are going to bring it. They're stacked. They're the one team out of all six that retained more players than anybody else, and therefore they have camaraderie. And so I don't think they have to really change up much, in my opinion. They just got to play their game, not play anybody else's, come through and just, I feel like I'm talking to a high school kid right now. I'm just like, all right, guys, bring in your squad and, play your game, and you're going to do it because Chicago's got the boys to do it, the juice. And by the way, if you've ever talked to Latho, bro, and he gives you this, hey, he's like starts talking to you like, hey, you're going to run through a wall for this game. Just saying, you're going to run through a wall because he's one of the best coaches ever. And he's relatable. He's a player's coach. So I don't see how it can go sideways. So Paul's wrong, in my opinion, and Hounds are going to bring it.
All right, there you have it. The Hounds are going to bring it. strives to that KISS idea. So what about you, Paul? What are your keys to victory for the Free Jacks?
So I'm going to start by saying something hot. I think the Free Jacks take the game tomorrow.
Are you allowed to wear that hat?
I don't know. If my hair didn't look
Take it off. Take it off. Take it off.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I can't take the shirt off though. That'd be we'd be in a little bit different of a place.
Yeah. Get your singles out, ladies.
But execution for the Free Jacks. If the Free Jacks can execute their game plan, I fear for the Hounds. I think the Free Jacks can really, if they're together, if they play as wisely and as strong as I feel like they can, and the fact that they've started 0-2 and the Hounds have started 2-0, and they just, both teams have so much heat towards each other. They hate each other. We're going to see the best out of both teams. We're going to see the best out of the Free Jacks. I know they haven't been great, but we're going to see the best out of them as well. And then set pieces and penalties. The Hounds commit too many penalties. We saw 2 yellows in the first 8 to 10 minutes last week in the rain. If that happens, the Hounds are going to go down big early, and they're not going to be able to climb out of that hole. So while I do think this game will be close, I hate saying it because I hate the Free Jacks. I'm taking the Free Jacks to win tomorrow.
All right. Well,
sorry, guys.
It's all right. We'll excuse you. So we'll get your score prediction in a little bit, but what about the Hounds? I mean, I know you're not predicting Hounds victory, but what's the key for the Hounds?
The Hounds have to get disciplined, not stay disciplined, because they haven't shown any of it this season so far. They won the first 2 games, but that was despite the penalties that they committed. They committed way too many penalties. They lose too many men in the games. Last week, they were down 2 men in the first, like I said earlier, in the first 10 minutes, they went down 2 men. So the Hounds need to stay disciplined, and they need to play their game. I know Matt said it earlier. If they can play their own game, and they can stay disciplined, and they can stay just not in the penalty box, they have a shot at winning. As we've seen, we know they can win. It's just will they is the question for tomorrow. And if they stay out of the box, they should be able to take the game.
Yeah, for me, I think the Free Jacks need to execute. That's the biggest problem in the first 2 games. They haven't executed their game plan too well in the sense that they've tried to be a little bit too creative with the ball. I love Hodgson. I think he's a danger man. I'll talk about him in a little bit, but I think there's been some areas where he's gotten into contact and try to make a play instead of just eating the ball, going down and recycling and waiting for that next phase of play. And in that kind of vein, they've gotten down into the 22. I think against the Free Jacks, and Duma can correct me, against the Old Glory, they got down inside their 20, attacking 22 4 times, and they either had, I think they had a maul in which they had a knock on. They had I think they had another maul in which there was obstruction, and then they had and then they had another one where they had what was it? Oh yeah, yep. They had their hands on and they held on to the ball. So, you need to execute inside your 22. You don't get very many opportunities against good defensive teams. So when you do, you have to execute your game plan. You can't make those mistakes and get nervous and get worried about the next phase. Just do your job, turn over the ball. For the Hounds, I think the key for them is to be physical and to be clinical. Well, I do recognize the penalties, Paul. They have yellow cards. What they do well is when they commit penalties in their defensive half, not in their offensive half, not in their defensive half. So that's the key for tomorrow. Hodgson is lethal with the ball in his boot. If you put him inside his attacking, probably inside the attacking 10, and he gets an opportunity to kick a penalty, he's going to convert it. But if you commit penalties in your own offensive half, it doesn't hurt you as much. And they had good maul defense. So even if they get the opposition gets that ball in a touch, good maul defense can keep them out from scoring, significant points. So those are kind of my keys for each team. What about matchups? Head to head, give me that number one matchup that you're looking for tomorrow. For fans that are new to the game, talk numbers, right? What man, what number should they be looking out for tomorrow, head to head?
The hooker spot will be very interesting. The Free Jacks, yes, most definitely the most important spot on the pitch as a fan side.
It's where Dan Falcon made his living.
But yeah, the number 2 spot's going to be very important tomorrow. It's Theo Forey, and then I can't think of the Free Jacks hook. Can't think of the Free Jacks hook at the moment, but they have a very good hooker. And
Caleb Geiger.
Yes, Caleb Geiger, that's his name.
The USA national team player.
And he's been very good as well. Two stronger hookers in the league. If those line-out throws are on tomorrow, if those mauls are on, if those scrums are on, the hookers can play a very pivotal role in tomorrow's match. And then I think that's all I've got for the main matchup.
I like that analysis, Paul, and I'm gonna take it one moment forward in the sense that for me, you have a little different, not a different player. It's a contrast of players in that, for those who are new to the game, Theo Fury played in Super Rugby. So he's super experienced at a very high level. He's a very quality player, no doubt about it, new to the MLR. On the other side, Caleb Geiger comes from a football background. He's a crossover athlete. The interesting thing about Geiger is, because of that, he runs hard with the ball, right? And he's very good at the back of the ball. But one thing he's gotten much better at over the course of the last season is his throw-ins, and that's critical to that clinical play inside your attacking 22 if you get a penalty to kick the corner. So I agree with you. But the matchup I'm really looking forward to tomorrow, and I'm gonna check out my notes because I had Hodgson and Hilsenbeck, the 10s. And the reason why that's important for me is I don't know that Hilsenbeck has to outplay Hodgson point for point. He just has to make sure that he marshals the forwards around and gets his backs in the right place and then distributes. Hodgson takes the game onto his back many times. And he's a hell of a player, so he can do that. But I think if Hilsenbeck can manage the game, play well, kick for points, convert points when he needs to, he can outplay Hodgson and do what his team needs him to do, which is be a leader, be a marshaller, control the forward pack and get them around the pitch to score.
I'm not sure who's playing the Free Jacks 15, but I know Brock Webster. He's playing the Chicago Hounds 15. He is making his return, well, not really return to the Free Jacks, but he is playing the Free Jacks for the first time in his career. He was championship game MVP last season for the Free Jacks. He was a very pivotal piece for that team last year. It'll be very interesting to see what he can bring to the pitch tomorrow. If he can be as good as he can be, he can play a very pivotal role in tomorrow's match.
All right, point spread.
Let's say Free Jacks by, I hate saying it, but 1.5 points. They're going to win by 2. It's going to be a misconversion.
Hey, somebody was hitting the Zoys earlier, and I think it wafted over to Paul. Yeah, he's been hitting the Zoys again. I'm gonna go with the Hounds by 9. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm going 30 to 21, something like that. I think the Hounds can do themselves a big favor if they could score 4 tries and get that additional point on the table. That's critical. Free Jacks only have 1 point, so any points at this juncture for them are going to be critical to keep them in the table.
They can double their points really quickly tomorrow.
Double. 5 times their points. So, all right. Well, I think that about wraps it up for this podcast. I think we have a musical act coming on, right? It sounds like a lot of people came here for that act, and we were just warming everybody up. So, thank you. First of all, I want to thank the Lost Paddy Irish Pub for putting this on. Great opportunity. Yeah. We got a big representation of the National Rugby folks at home if you're watching. If you're not bringing a high school team to the Nash Bash, or 2 weeks later bringing your senior men's or women's club to Nash Bash, you need to. My wife and I, our son played Nash Bash as high school senior. Loved it. It was a great opportunity, great tournament, a lot of fun. Come visit Nashville. Come to Nash Bash, regardless of where you play. And I want to thank everybody for coming. Enjoy. Thank you for coming.
Yes, thank you, everybody. Really appreciate you guys being here.
And the last thing, enjoy the game, grow the game, be an ambassador to the game. If rugby is going to be where it needs to be in 2031, the time of the World Cup when it's going to be on our shores in America, we need everybody out there who's going to games now to continue to go and to continue to bring friends with them who have never been to a game and help them understand and become fans themselves. Season ticket holders like my friends that have come with us, and season tickets like Matt, like Paul, who have joined the fandom here. So thank you very much. Enjoy the game. Anything to add there, Matt? All right. Cheers. 3 o'clock, Judas Park. It's the Cashville Clash, baby. Grow the game. We'll see everybody at the next.